Natural solutions for hormone imbalances. The symptoms of hormone imbalance are numerous and varied. Many women live with discomforting symptoms, including PMS, mood swings, hot flashes, low libido, irregular periods, unexplained weight gain, thinning hair, and more, without ever realizing that these symptoms may be due to hormone imbalances. Additionally, whether it is infertility, depression, weight gain, or a variety of other health challenges, the root of most of these conditions are hormone imbalances. Hormones enable different parts of the body to communicate and control most major bodily functions. Hi there, my name is Laura Dankoff. I'm a nurse practitioner and founder of Path to Health and Healing. I'm going to share with you in this video some of the risks of hormone imbalances and why they occur, and I'm going to also offer you some suggestions on how to rebalance your body's hormones naturally. The thought of making changes I know can be pretty overwhelming, but stay with me as I will guide you on your way to making hormone healthy changes in your life by sharing ideas to get you started, including where you can get hormone healthy recipes. I have helped thousands of women over the years, guiding them to understanding the causes and effects of different hormone imbalances and to discover some natural ways to reduce the risk of imbalance and restore the body's balance via diet, exercise, and stress relief. There are times where there may also be a need for additional support with herbs, supplements, homeopathies, and natural hormone therapies. One of the best parts of making healthy changes in your life is getting past those initial steps so that you can feel good and feel like yourself again. The first few weeks I know can be difficult as your body's trying to detox all the sugars and chemicals and processed foods as you are getting used to your new way of life. At the end of this presentation, I will also share with you how you can work with me if you'd like to take a deeper dive into controlling your hormonal issues and really get a better understanding of what's going on. So let's dive in. Hormones. What are hormones? That's the first step, is trying to understand just exactly what our hormones are doing. The body produces hormones to serve as the body's messengers to assist in the function and regulation of the body's digestion, metabolism, breathing, sleep, movement, reproduction, stress, growth, and mood. So pretty much everything. There are many hormones at work in the body, but today's we're going to just discuss very specific one, the female hormones, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. So let's take a look at each one of these individually. To better understand hormone imbalance, let's first look at the general function of the hormones provided by the Women's Imbalance Institute. Starting with estrogen. Estrogen stimulates the growth of tissues such as development of breast and reproductive organs and ensures their function. In the brain, it boosts the synthesis and function of neurotransmitters that affect sleep, mood, memory, libido, and cognitive function, such as learning and attention span. So you can see this is a really important hormone, and that's why so many women going into perimenopause and menopause in particular feel a lot of brain fog, fatigue, lack of drive and motivation, and low libido. Next is progesterone. Progesterone is made primarily by the ovaries. The adrenal glands, peripheral nerves, and brain cells produce lesser amounts. Progesterone ensures the development and function of breasts and female reproductive tract. In the brain, progesterone binds to certain receptors to exert a calming and sedating effect. It improves sleep and protects against seizures. I see a lot of women benefit from optimizing their progesterone levels when they are in menopause because this tends to be really low and their sleep is definitely affected. Also important, but not as greatly as the estrogen and progesterone, is testosterone. Testosterone is manufactured in women by the ovaries and adrenal glands and enhances libido and sexual response. It strengthens ligaments, builds muscles and bone, and assists brain function, and is associated with assertive behavior as a sense of well-being. Now, let's look at what it means when these very important hormones fall out of balance. There is a very delicate balance between progesterone and estrogen. And while testosterone does play a role in the balance of sex hormones, the main culprits when it comes to imbalances are definitely progesterone and estrogen. So according to Food Matters, estrogen is meant to be the predominant hormone in the first half of the menstrual cycle and progesterone in the second half of the menstrual cycle. However, for most women in this industrialized world with all the pollutants in our environment and our food and so forth, this sadly is often not the case. There are many causes of hormone imbalances, but at the base of the problem is something called estrogen dominance, which means there is too much estrogen and not enough progesterone present in the body. I see this not only in young women, but in women in perimenopause and menopause. There are many symptoms that can result from having low progesterone. Are you wondering what causes some of these imbalances? Well, we're going to go into those causes next. There is never just one cause for a hormone imbalance. There are so many variables at play, including emotional stress, hidden inflammation, dietary stress. There are so many preservatives, additives, hidden sugars in our food today, and they're packaged in plastics and other things that can be hormone disruptors. There's cosmetics that are chock full of hormone disrupting chemicals known as xenoestrogens. And I can't tell you, I'm sure you know that there's just so many toxins in our environment with the use of pesticides and herbicides. All of these are going to have an impact on your hormone balance, so it really makes it a challenge. Whatever the cause of the imbalance, the information that I'm going to give you here is at least a starting point. So you might be asking yourself, how do I know if I have a hormone imbalance? So next we're going to take a look at that. The symptoms of hormone imbalance are numerous and so varied. As I shared with you in the beginning, some common symptoms of hormone imbalances can include premenstrual syndrome, irregular periods, night sweats, hot flashes, low libido, weight gain, thinning hair. There's just so many different things that can contribute to hormone imbalances and cause your symptoms. And it's not hard to see why so many women struggle and can feel absolutely miserable. So where do we begin? Let's start by looking at how our diet affects our hormones. How is my diet affecting my hormones? According to Cynthia Perkins, a life coach and a contributor to Holistic Health Online, reports that a diet high in white flour, refined carbohydrates, caffeine, and sugars destroys the endocrine system and even the hormones that are regulated by this system. This sounds like the standard American diet, doesn't it? The body requires proper nutrition to function and produce enough hormones to maintain balance. Additionally, unless the foods you purchase are organic, you run the risk of consuming toxic pesticides, which are also considered disruptive to hormone balance. Meat and dairy products can also be pumped with hormones to expedite growth, and that added hormone can disrupt natural hormone production. With careful planning, you can start eating for your hormone balance today. So, starting with breakfast, what are you going to have? There are a lot of options for breakfast, both savory and sweet. So whatever you are craving, there are plenty of hormone healthy recipes for you to get started. One really great resource is a website called HormonesBalance.com. I've put a link down for you so you can take a look at that, and you can find all kinds of great hormone balancing recipes here. So I really encourage you to take a look at that. Now, what about lunch? For a lot of us, lunch happens on the go, and it is eaten without too much thought. With our busy lives, planning and preparing hormonal healthy lunches is going to be a challenge. but it's worth it to take the time to prepare for your day to maintain the balance. There are lots of websites where you can find healthy hormone balancing recipes, such as the hormonesbalance.com that I mentioned a moment ago. Also websites like foodmatters.com and eatingwell.com. So there are lots of different choices available. Then try to do the same with dinner. Dinner is a time to sit down with family and discuss events of the day, or just to settle in after your busy day at work. Planning and eating well is a great way to be present in the moment and to relax, and to share something special with your family. Eating is a time of congregation and getting together, and again, use some of the nutritious recipes that you can find on some of the websites that I just mentioned. Oh, but what about dessert? Thankfully, so many people have made the move to healthy eating because there are countless hormone balancing recipes out there, even for dessert. You can find lots of recipes that don't have a lot of added sugar, and sugar is definitely inflammatory and can also be a hormone disruptor. So again, visit some of these great websites to look for recipes. One I didn't mention is Dr. Mark Hyman's site, or drhyman.com, Dr. Hyman. He also has some great recipes to quell your sweet tooth. Well, we've touched on diet. Now let's talk about your sleep. A lot of women struggle with their sleep when their hormones are out of balance. Dr. Hyman suggests that poor sleep is one reason for hormone imbalance, and that sufferers must improve sleep by taking steps to change biological patterns, meaning lifestyle. While this is not the easiest or fastest way to balance your body, the benefits of proper sleep are endless. I remember reading a study years ago from the Mayo Clinic that said even losing 1 hour of sleep a night can have a significant impact on your health and can be a cause or contributed to virtually every chronic disease. So getting enough sleep is a huge, huge thing. So here are a few interesting steps that you can take to try to help with your sleep. First, you want to start by practicing regular rhythms of sleep, going to bed and wake up at the same time each night. Use your bed for sleep and romance only, not reading or television. One of the things that can really disrupt your sleep is having a lot of electronics in your bedroom. They disrupt your melatonin production, which aids in your sleep. The EMFs put off by all these electronics are going to shut that right down, as will any light noise. So this is something that you can easily do and see if it doesn't help. Avoid caffeine. It may seem to help you stay awake, but actually makes your sleep worse. You also want to avoid alcohol. It helps you get to sleep and relaxes you, it feels like, but it causes interruptions in sleep and causes poor sleep quality. Eat no later than 3 hours before bed. Eating a heavy meal prior to bed will lead to a bad night's sleep. And don't exercise vigorously after dinner. It excites the body and makes it more difficult to get to sleep. And then lastly, you can use some different herbal therapies, maybe some passion flower tea, or you can take it in a pill form, or you can try valerian. Valerian root is a great extract that helps with a deep, restful sleep. Now, this is something that you might not notice right away with valerian. You may want to try it for a month. And melatonin is used by a lot of people, but sometimes it requires really looking at your hormone balance and kind of see where those things are so you can have a more targeted approach to why your sleep might be affected. Aside from the lifestyle, it certainly can be an imbalance in your estrogens and progesterone, or too high of a cortisol level can be another factor. But certainly start by looking at your lifestyle as a means to try to improve in your sleep, which is hugely, hugely important. Next, let's take a look at something called seed cycling or seed balancing. This is something you may not have heard of and might be a newer concept. It's less known, but it is another way to help balance the hormones. The International Herbal Academy explains that seed cycling is basically you take certain nutritious seeds and you integrate those into your diet at different times in your menstrual cycle to support optimal hormone balance. The idea is that the seeds carry certain oils, vitamins, and nutrients that can help support the body's production, release, and metabolism of your hormones. The seeds used in seed rotation are flax and pumpkin seeds, and sesame seeds and sunflower seeds. So that's flax, pumpkin, sesame, and sunflower seeds. It is purported that the lignans in the sesame seeds and flax bind excess estrogen so that the body can release it. So we know estrogen dominance is a problem, so these can come in handy. Now, with the flax seeds, you don't want to eat them whole. Ideally, to get the benefits, you want a freshly ground flax seed. Also, seeds are high in omega-3s and vitamins that help to balance hormones. The seeds are dosed based on the phases of the menstrual cycle. So for the follicular phase, this corresponds with day 1 or the first day of menstruation to day 14. This is the time when a woman wants to take 1 tablespoon of ground flax seeds and 1 tablespoon of pumpkin seeds daily. Then in the luteal phase, which is the second half of your cycle, or approximately day 15 to 28, or right after ovulation, then you want to take 1 tablespoon of sunflower seeds and 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds daily. And these are all meant to try to help balance out your hormones. It's worth a try, particularly if you don't want to take any supplements or hormone therapy and you're just trying to maybe ease up your premenstrual symptoms. This would be definitely worth trying to see if it doesn't help alleviate some of your symptoms. Next, I want to talk about exercise, which is also really important to your hormone balance. We all know how important exercise is. Movement is balance. According to naturopath Dr. Natasha Turner, she suggests that strength training exercises over a longer period of time can be beneficial. Here's a quick recommendation on what she says. Keep it short and sweet. Give every workout your all. Complete your exercises with little rest between each circuit, and work multiple muscle groups with each strength training session. But each muscle group is trained only once or twice a week, so you don't do the same exercise day after day after day. You mix it up from day to day. You want to keep cardio sessions short and use intervals. Yoga is really important to enhancing the effects as well and helping support your hormone balance because it's more relaxing and it also aids in strength and also flexibility. So you want to consume the right stuff before and after your workouts as well. You don't want to go into a workout right after you've eaten a heavy meal or also gone all day and not eaten adequately or drank enough fluids. You want to make sure that you're well hydrated. So we know exercise is important. It's certainly important to maintaining lean muscle mass. It helps with the estrogen dominance factor. It can help enhance endorphins, which helps your mood. So exercise, we know, has a lot of great benefits. You know, a lot of women will turn to alcohol when their hormones are out of balance as a way to relax. So next, let's take a look at that. I hate to break it to you, but Dr. Amy Shaw and others definitely really encourage you to limit your alcohol consumption. And alcohol can increase estrogen levels and disrupt progesterone levels, causing hormone imbalances. I know that might be your coping mechanism, but really take a look at that because it can affect your hormones, it can affect your sleep. Moderate drinking should not have too drastic of an effect of your hormones unless you're super sensitive to it. But because everybody's different, you kind of have to really take a look at that and see how much that's impacting you. And even better yet, maybe just avoid it. It's important to make sure that you're consuming lots of water. That hydration is really important to your overall health. Instead of the alcohol, maybe just sit down to a warm cup of tea in the evening, like a passion flower or chamomile, to help you relax. There are other alternative or complementary modalities that can also help with hormone balance. One of those is acupuncture. Acupuncture is a great adjunct to helping support your hormone balance. Modern research has found that acupuncture can cause the following influence on the female reproductive system. So I'm going to go over those. It can influence the levels of your FSH and LH and to regulate the communication between the brain and the ovaries, known as the hypothalamic pituitary ovarian axis. These will improve the ovaries' function. It will help to adjust the thyroid gland function, balance the estrogen and progesterone, promote ovulation, increase the blood flow in the uterus to improve the chances of conception, and it will help relieve stress to ensure for better ovulation and conception for younger women. And I know of my practice over the years, I've seen an alarming increase in the number of women in their 20s and 30s that have difficulty getting pregnant. So acupuncture may be something to add to your arsenal to help balance your hormones. Another thing that can help is meditation, or just even taking slow, deep breathing exercises. Stress is at the root of all health issues, including hormone balance. So definitely look online. You can find all kinds of resources. Go on YouTube and look for a meditation for balancing the hormones. Just put in your search hormone balancing meditation and see what you come up with. And then practice this every day if you can, even if it means locking yourself in the bathroom for 10 minutes. Just take some time for yourself. We women are notorious for not taking time for ourselves. We're so busy taking care of everyone else that we fail to take time for ourselves. And this can make a huge difference in helping balance your hormones and relieving your stress. We have covered a lot in this presentation, I know. As you can tell, a lot of it starts with your lifestyle. It's really a journey going through this whole process with the ups and downs of our hormones and just trying to live our day-to-day lives. But one thing I want you to do is take time out for the victories. You know, making these lifestyle changes are not easy and often can be a struggle, and you might have setbacks at times. But, you know, celebrate your victories and do something good and fun for yourself. I know that sometimes that's hard to find the time, but schedule me time into your life, which is really important. We covered a lot here, I know, and it can feel really overwhelming beginning on things, but start with one thing. Maybe you start with sugar, or maybe it should go out for a walk, or you start with the meditation. The important thing is to try to start with something, because if you start with nothing, you're not going to get any closer to your goal of finding that balance in your hormones. I know you came here for a reason to listen to this today, and I know you have more information now to make informed decisions about your hormones. And I believe in you. I know you're on your way to making those changes in your life. And if you would like more information, I'd be happy to assist you. At pathtohealthandhealing.com, my goal is to help you get to the root cause of your health issues, whether it's your hormones, gut issues, whatever the case may be. I want you to live your best life. I want you to reclaim your health and vitality. So if you want to get more information, go over to our website at www.pathtohealthandhealing.com and schedule your appointment today, and we can take a deeper dive. We can look at those hormones, see where those imbalances are, and give you a more individualized approach to balancing your hormones and reclaiming your life. Take care.